What is an artist's worst enemy? Do you have trouble drawing hands? Do you get so frustrated you almost wear through the paper, erasing way too much, and then just get disappointed, giving up, wasting countless pages and pages that could have been decent drawings? Well, we can help you today. Yes, I'm talking to you and all of you watching. Welcome to Post Studios, guys. Today, we're going to help you with hands. And let's introduce our host, Jared. All right, thanks for coming out today, guys. Thanks for clicking on that video. Today, we're going to help you tackle some issues that you have with hands. I'm going to try to keep the puns at a minimum, but I do not guarantee anything. So, just so you don't end up being disappointed and turning out like the version of myself that I filmed a couple days ago, right? How you doing, buddy? Good looking guy. So anyways, I put this tips and tricks video together for you guys. Hopefully it'll help some things here and there. And do forgive the puns if it happens, but if you're ready, let's get handsy. Alright guys, first thing is get over this whole I don't want to draw a skeleton beforehand. You need an armature when it comes to sculpting. You're going to need something basic to start working off of. Art is very much about layering, basically you're sculpting with pencil. Also remember guys that just the palm is basically just a square for the most part. It's technically a cube. Also look into how your joints react. Limbs are very pendulum-ish. So pay attention to the way they bend, that will also help you, but we'll touch back on that in future videos. Basic layout here, guys. Cartoony style. Try to not break it down so simply. But do remember, shapes are insanely important, and I'm going to retouch on this a little bit later anyways. Shapes, very, very important. Everything breaks down to it, guys. So study your shapes, learn how they react to them in every possible way, get to know them. But basic construction, just lines and squares to start off is perfectly fine when you're learning. But I will be back in a split second after some wise words from myself. Alright, our eyes are dome-shaped. They're lenses. So basically what that means is that everything that is in reality is completely straight, completely flat, actually has a curve to it. So basically what that's going to mean is anytime you're looking at something and it comes closer to your eye, the things that are closer to the lens, including your camera, which is why it's shaped that way, is going to be larger. It's going to get bigger. Like even if you actually look at the screen here, just draw a straight line, these lines aren't perfectly straight. They're not all perfectly parallel. Alright, see I'm just roughing it out here. This next portion, while I'm talking again, just pay attention to the way that I'm breaking down the hand into simple shapes, the way that it bends, the way that I do the different creases here. This is basically just a mock-up here, but we'll get a little bit more after I talk here. If you're a cartoonist, there is nothing wrong with taking the pinky out. The pinky's the hardest part about it, honestly. That is the part that moves the most, it bends the most, it creates problems. If you literally just take it down to 3 fingers, it makes it a little bit easier. I mean, if you're cartoon based, if you're going realistic, your hands really aren't the most important part. And a lot of times you can trick and just completely remove them anyways. So not a big deal. Just saying. Forgive yourself. You should be a good big critic for yourself, but also don't compare yourself to others, man. It's just it never turns out well. I mean, for inspirational purposes, yes. If it motivates you and gets you to work harder, learn new techniques, all good things. All really, really good things. Anything other than that, just leave it alone. Alright, good tips there, bud. Alright, cylinders basically coming out of the cube's shape here, broken down pretty decently. Pay attention to the way that they can bend. That's the way I have it broken up here. These are good tips. Just try to start breaking everything down into shapes and whatnot. If you know how they move and react, it makes it a little bit simpler for everything there, guys. It's not as complicated, so just take a deep breath and just keep on drawing. Don't even erase, just work on another page. That printer paper's cheap anyway, so. Squint your eyes, pay attention to the general shape that things are, and draw those shapes. If then, when you start going in and defining, or like refining the details and whatnot, it's all gonna fall into place. Everything is shapes. Learning simplified shapes will speed up the process, will allow you to become more accurate in your renderings, and will generally just improve your quality of work. And that is really, as artists, is what we're trying to find. We're trying to find the best shortcuts, but they're effective shortcuts. They're shortcuts in a certain sense, but they help us. All good things. All right. Here I'm showcasing how your main three fingers, for the most part, are usually going to be they're going to react majority of the way similar for the most part. Pinky's kind of good to play by its own rules for the most part, pivot its own way. Although the way that tendons, I get a little sidetracked. This is my ADHD in motion here, guys. Look, it's Spider-Man. I got bored, I doodled, I'm sorry. I actually like that, it looks good. I'm gonna keep that. Alright, don't forget, shapes, most important thing. Our fingers are basically, they're sausages, I'm sorry, at least mine are. These are cylinders. Keep that in mind when you're thinking, when you're gonna go drawing something. Remember, if you can draw basic shapes, you can learn how they react in the world, you can draw anything else. It literally is just layering on top of that. So give yourself a break. Anyway, yeah, so pay attention to the way that I'm basically showcasing the cylinders there, different angles and whatnot. Break it down in the fingers, depending on the placement. Again, about to go into, that is kind of the fist position for the thumb. And yes, even though it looks weird in some angles, bottom parts of your hand look like a butt. Get over it, laugh about it, whatever. It in some poses looks like a butt. The truth of the matter. And that was completely necessary to share, by the way. Anyways, all right, so here's just some simple roughing for the most part. The thumb generally will overlap the tip of the finger, the tip of your index or your pointer finger when it's bending like that. Sometimes it overlaps a little further, it depends on the hand. Here, I am actually just adjusting my perspective. This is one of the fun things about working on a digital landscape. You see all things. You see this basic cube shape coming out at you close approach. Well, that I'm looking at it now, it looks like he's trying to either punch you or fist bump you. I'm okay with both. Again, another completely necessary sharing. Anyways, ADHD. There you go. That's what's happening. But just like the Spider-Man. Generally, for comfort purposes, like I said, since the thumb overlaps, your index finger sometimes when you're making a fist will pop out a little more. So adding that little variation will add a little bit more depth to your sketches when it comes down to that, so it comes off a little better. Pay attention to the way that I'm breaking down the hand, the way the folds work, the creases there. I like the four box for the most part, works pretty well. And breaking down the cylinders per joint. Don't get me wrong, these are not the best on the planet, and I'm not claiming to be the best artist on the planet, but I'm hoping I can help you guys with some of my knowledge. And also, if you guys ever have questions or whatnot, you just feel free to hit me up on anywhere. I have no problem helping you out with something. Just realize that, I might end up giving you some homework or something, so just be aware. All right, and we're breaking it down again there. We got the curvature, we got the palm. It's a cube. Yep, all right. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my first tutorial thing, so don't be too critical, hopefully, but I'm going to try to do some more of these if you guys are into it. So please let me know down in the comments, shoot me a like, subscribe if you haven't thought about it. I got more stuff coming out, and let me know what you thought. Let me know what else you guys would want help with, and basically, I will try my best with that. Other than that, have a great day, guys. Bye.